From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have only seen a little bit of rain even close to us on the radar, and yesterday a stray shower did drift past. More towards our northeast, though, is where they saw better chances for rain. We'll have more of it in the forecast. We just have to wait for the system to move in. It's been to our west for days, and that's where it's still residing this morning. But with time, we will see our forecast turn rainy. We will also be seeing changes to our temperatures, so a lot going on here. We'll talk about all the moving parts of the forecast as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
This morning, a suspect in custody following a stabbing on U of M's campus. Good morning. Today is Friday, September 19th. I'm Kirk Montgomery.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thanks for waking up with us today. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories.
University of Michigan police are investigating a stabbing that happened on U of M's campus.
Police say a suspect now is in custody this morning after an hours-long manhunt.
Now, the U of M Division of Public Safety and Security says this stabbing took place around 6:30 on Thursday near Catherine Street and Xena Pitcher Place. They say the suspect, Legarian Thomas, was denied entry into a construction site when he stabbed someone. Thomas was taken into custody last night around 11:30, and police have not yet released any information on the victim's condition.
We're learning new details this morning about the police shootout in rural Pennsylvania that killed 3 officers and the suspect. The York County District Attorney has identified the slain officers and the man who he says pulled the trigger. It happened Wednesday when police went to arrest 24-year-old Matthew Ruth as part of a domestic violence investigation. The DA says Ruth ambushed the officers with an AR-style rifle before he was shot and killed by police. He says all 3 officers who lost their lives belonged to the Northern York County Regional Police Department.
Detective Sergeant Cody Becker, Detective Mark Baker, and Detective Isaiah Emenheiser were all killed following the brutal ambush that was committed upon them by the actor.
2 other officers were critically hurt in the shooting. Barker says one of them also belongs to the Northern York County Regional Police Department, and the other is a deputy sheriff from the York County Sheriff's Office.
President Trump ramping up his effort to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The Justice Department now is asking the Supreme Court to back the president's decision to fire Cook over accusations of mortgage fraud. This comes after last month the Michigan State professor sued the administration to keep her position with the Fed, earning a victory when a federal appeals court ruled that she can remain on the board while her lawsuit plays out in the courts. This did allow Cook to participate in this week's key vote to cut interest rates.
Later today, the U.S. Senate is expected to vote on a pair of spending packages as lawmakers look for a way to avert a government shutdown ahead of their October 1st deadline. House Republicans say this morning they'll vote on a short-term measure to fund the government. However, the GOP can only afford to lose 2 Republican votes. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has expressed opposition to the funding bill, and Democrats will likely follow his lead in voting against it. If the GOP plan does pass the House, it faces a tough challenge in the Senate, needing at least 7 Democratic votes to pass. Stay with 6 News for updates.
The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, also known as ACIP, met and discussed new vaccine recommendations. During the meeting yesterday, the committee voted to change its recommendation for the combined MMRV vaccine that covers hepatitis B, measles, mumps, and other illnesses. Now the vaccine is not recommended for children under the age of 4, but children in that age group can get separate doses of the MMR and chickenpox vaccines. The panel is meeting again today to vote on COVID and hepatitis B vaccines.
The fallout continues to grow after ABC decided to pull Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air. Many of Kimmel's fellow comedians now speaking out against the move, which is just the latest shakeup to the late-night talk show landscape.
As Jared Hill reports, this comes as President Trump suggests pulling TV licenses from broadcasters who give him bad press.
But tonight, we are all Jimmy Kimmel.
From late-night peers to legends like David Letterman.
You can't
go around firing somebody because you're fearful or trying to suck up to an authoritarian.
A resounding rebuke of ABC's decision to indefinitely suspend Jimmy Kimmel Live after Kimmel's comments about the alleged killer of conservative activist Charlie Kirk in a monologue.
The MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Two major TV station groups, Nexstar and Sinclair, quickly announced they'd preempt the show just hours after Trump-appointed FCC Chairman Brendan Carr threatened broadcasters who failed to take action against Kimmel. Nexstar is currently seeking FCC approval for a $6.2 billion merger with another media company, Tegna. Thursday, Carr suggested it's just the beginning.
This is a massive shift that's taking place in the media ecosystem, and I think the consequences are going to continue to flow.
On Air Force One, President Trump more direct about what could happen to broadcasters.
They give me only bad publicity from the press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away.
Anna Gomez, the only Democrat-appointed FCC commissioner, called Kimmel's suspension a dangerous new precedent. Jared Hill, CBS News.
From Stormtracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Looking out on the Capitol camera this morning, visibility downtown remains all right. We are still seeing fog this morning. It's because we have a little bit more humidity in the air. My hair noticed it this morning, and so did the almost empty can of hairspray. We'll be seeing a better chance to actually see the fog once we get to sunrise at 7:23 this morning, sunset 7:40. Now, what we have with our radar is a cloud line that's just kind of cutting right across Lansing down towards Ann Arbor. Towards the northeast, there are some more clouds. Towards our southwest, it's perfectly clear. So a little bit divided on the cloud cover right now. Through the rest of the day, though, we should be seeing mostly sunny conditions. That, and we're also staying dry for the moment. The rain going from south to north in a general sense. That system off towards our west hasn't budged much over the past few days. There's actually more rain in California and the desert than there is in Michigan right now. But we will be changing our forecast to include more rain here shortly. Looking at that temperature at 62 in Lansing, 70 in Chicago. Still mild this morning, but through the afternoon, due to a change in our wind, our temperatures will stay in the low 80s. Not quite as hot for Kingsley, who looks pretty happy with the forecast today. Green paws for our pets because there's nothing stopping us from going out and enjoying this. As the rain returns to the forecast, I'll finally have to dust off those red and yellow paws and put them back on, but today's not that day.
It's been a great stretch.
It has been. Yeah, it's been nice to be able to enjoy it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it rains, it doesn't feel quite as bad.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Katie.
Still ahead, Heritage Rodeo's in town. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have those details in our What's New on the Web segment.